Back to answer more of your questions on the USMLEs as IMGs. Let's go. First question is from Shada. When should we please study for it, starting from which year? If you're talking about medical school, I would say it's never too early. The subjects that you study for the USMLEs are exactly what you study in Moroccan medical school from first year to fifth year. So anytime you start is good. Biochemistry, pharmacology, microbiology, immunology, all the basic science is what we basically do in the first 2 years of medical school. So you can start with the step one stuff in first to second year of medical school or anytime later. And everything that is medical, more like clinical, is what we do in Moroccan medical school from third year to fifth year. At least that's how it was back in my days, and I started medical school in 2007. Next question from Iman in French. Par quoi commencer la préparation? Quelle matière? Le first aid est-il suffisant? Basically, this person is asking, what should we start with when we're studying for the USMLE? Which subject, and is the first aid enough? The answer to this is that it really depends on which stage you are at. So, for example, I started studying for the USMLE after I finished my ophthalmology residency. I tried for months to do step one, and it was the hardest thing for me. So when I started by step two, which has more clinical topics, that was way easier for me. So basically what happened by going back to studying body medicine and not just eyes, I had a great review on everything else that was not ophthalmology. Not that we are completely separated from the rest of medicine as ophthalmologists, but you definitely do not remember everything about an EKG, if you know what I mean. And so by doing that, everything in step one, when I went back to it, actually made sense to me much more than it did when I started by doing the basic sciences. When I think about it, if I was still in med school, I would definitely start by basic sciences, then complete it with the clinical parts of the USMLEs. Next, we have Zainab asking about the whole daily study schedule until each exam and study group links, please. In my own experience, I did study full-time for the USMLEs. I had a period of time when I would wake up at 5 a.m. and I would finish studying around 6 to 7 p.m. with breaks, of course, throughout the day. And then there were times when I would study from 7 a.m. until literally midnight with breaks, of course. So it really depends on how much time you can allocate to it. I'm pretty sure not everyone can take full-time studying for the USMLEs. So if that's not the case, you're gonna have to work around your schedule, and it is possible to be in medical school or in training and study for the USMLEs. The second part of the question was about study groups. I honestly never heard about any study groups, so I had to create my own. I basically just posted on Instagram for people who are interested to study a study group to basically just DM me, and I got a Zoom subscription and created a group, and we were meeting every day at 6 p.m. doing questions. Bye.